In the strangle, disguise no lies. Destiny's calling by installing the molly. Building my legacy, can't you see I'm falling? So I tried to break and shake you, but I'm still here. Vision so clear, I got nothing to fear. Space or day, I maintain my lane. Hustle in my veins, purpose in my brain. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Haters gonna hate, but pictures fuel my fire. Climbing higher and higher, I never tire. Challenges come, but I face them with grace. Determined and strong, I'm running this race. Purpose driven, every move is divine. In the darkness I shine, my soul's alive. Manifesting greatness. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Unstoppable force, I'm one of a kind. Walking in my purpose, can nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Purpose is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I feel alive. Overcoming, thriving, I won't hide. In my purpose, I confide. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome in, everyone, to Step Out. I'm so glad to have you in. Sorry for being late on today, you all. Having some problems with my computer, but we go keep going. We can't let nothing stop us. As the beginning says, we walk into our purpose. Can't nothing or nobody stop us from getting to where the Father has us to be. All right, we have to just continue to be obedient, regardless of what it looks like. Having everything may be crumbling down, feel like it's crumbling down on us right now, but we got to keep going. Don't give up. Keep walking out. Because I don't have my computer, I'm not on my original computer because my computer decided to crash over the weekend. Don't know what it's doing, but it's not trying to come up. I don't have all my original stuff with me, but that does not mean that you are not still reminded to work on your self-care and step out bingo cards, right? This is the last Monday in the month. And we're talking about, we're still dealing with family and things like that, but now we're more so dealing with limits, on how limits have limited us, on, what that, remember we talked about the lid in the jar, what has kept you. And most times it's the limits that we put on ourselves. And if we just unloosen and untighten a little bit, we're able to be free and walk to our purpose that the Father has for us. All right, so time has already been far spent. It has. And I don't want to occupy or take up too much more of y'all time. So, like I said, this is the last Monday in the month. So y'all know what time it is. We do have another special guest that's coming in with us on Step Out. So right now, what I want y'all to do, stop what you're doing, share this page to whoever you may think that there's time to step out, or they're ready to step out, they've been talking about step out. Send this to them right now. Share it on your Facebook pages. I am going live on Facebook and YouTube, but I cannot see your comments until probably after, like I said, I'm not on my original computer. So it's a new computer, my husband's computer I'm using, and I can't see everything like I normally do. But you will have the clips later on. We'll definitely get that set up so y'all be able to get that. But if you can, stop doing, share it to Facebook, share it to your Instagram page, share those snippets on whoever, share it to a friend or family, whoever it is, send it out. and let's get this month's conversation started, right? So this person does not need any introduction. Y'all have seen her on, on a lot of my on a lot of the person I mainly talk about a whole lot. This is the person that has pushed me to so many beyond the limits and always keeps me encouraged to keep on going and to keep on doing, keep on going strong. Is my best friend, my sister, my family. She is truly like family to me. My sister Shaniqua, well, she goes by Artesia. Y'all welcome her in, give her whoopie whoop 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 whoop. We have to have some real true conversations on today. Say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing?
She's gonna try to be quiet, but she's not. See, you always have them friends that they may seem quiet around everybody else, but only like the real tea and the real stuff going on. So it's up. It's up. You can come over a little bit more if you can, so you can be in the camera. So we're gonna right there. All right. So we're gonna start off with a little bit of fun because I know y'all probably, for those who may not know, Shaniqua, this is my best friend. We've been friends since middle school. Yeah. We both went to BC Elmore Middle School, and then we haven't talked in a good minute, and then we touched bases again at Prairie View. PB, if PB could talk about the stories that we had encountered there, man, we had some fun, but it was, and since then it's been nonstop. We've been tight ever since. A lot of people can't say that now. Some people come in not your seasons, but we don't do ride or die. We ride and live. Like wherever we be going, we going strong. Can you tell them a lot? Don't give them too much about information, but just a little bit of snippet of how we are, or just introduce yourself.
As Shonda stated, we've been friends since middle school. Shonda knows whenever she calls, I'm there. No matter what time, day, if I'm across the world, I will answer the phone, pick up. If I'm not able to get to Shonda, I have someone else. I will call my sister, hey, can you do this for Shonda? She needs you. If I'm not there, I will make a way. Shonda is my everything. She knows I'm there for her, the kids, whatever she needs. Shonda's my child.
Yeah. Her daughter is my first specific mother to her daughter is my goddaughter. So that's my baby. I love her too. That's my first daughter before my original daughter. But she's good. So we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna play a little game. Just so that the people get to know us a little bit more, a little bit better, not too much in our business. We don't, we move in silence around here. We don't let everybody know our business. All right. So just so they'll know a little bit about us. First question is, who replies to text quicker?
I think it'll be me. Shonda, I will have to call you. If I can't get in contact with you, I have to call Jay.
This is true. I would have thought it would be me, but it's not true. It'll definitely be her. She will find, if she can't get in contact with me, she's about to call everybody that I'm just to make sure she get in contact with me. Like just today, she texted me and my phone was way in the living room and she contacted my husband. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's just, but she's that. Who plans hangouts? Me. I'm gonna say her. Y'all, horrible. I wish that she on 10, y'all.
I would have to call Shonda. Okay, so our plan is we're going here. It was at one point Shonda was like, no. I think I did have a conversation with you. It was like, okay, well, you need to get out more. And Shonda made a promise. She said, okay, well, this year, that was last year. She said, I'm going to start getting out more. And I think it was some event. And I was like, I wasn't surprised. Well, I was surprised that she was going to come. He was like, oh, okay, I'm going to get out. I told you I was going to get out more. Yeah. It was some event. I don't remember. It was an event we went somewhere. But I had scheduled something. We had went somewhere.
Yeah, this is my event plan. Like, if you want to go anywhere, like she hooked it up. Even in our preview days, our college days, like she hooked up every single thing that we did, and I guarantee you, like, it's like you have to be on 10 to ride with this one. Because she has you wouldn't even think of a lot of things, and she come up with, I'm like, dang, I never thought of that. Like, we have done some crazy things all because of the things that come to her head. No, but
skydiving.
Yeah,
we did go skydiving.
Yeah, her idea to go skydiving, and I was like, I ain't never thought of that, and we did. Oh my, like, if I promise, if I could show y'all the pictures, I would, but everything's on my other people. But yes, oh my gosh, we have had a lot of adventures. Even some of the things you did, like you went out the country. Oh, yeah. Not with me. I lived through her. Like, when she go out of town, I'm like, oh, send me pictures or bring me back some of the money that you've been to, or some of the sand. I'm like, because she's just like, oh my, I love her adventurous side. She is really adventurous. Like, if y'all want, y'all can't have it. I don't care. But just that. All right. So 3, who's more likely to do weird things in public?
Weird? Oh, what would you consider weird?
I don't even know, because we don't even do no weird things. We might cut up every now and then, but we don't do nothing weird. Yeah. We might just act a little silly. Like, I remember even times, like, when we was in preview, we like go to Walmart, we might act the fool.
Oh yeah.
Like, but we don't do nothing weird. We just act out. Like, if we together, we gonna act the fool. That's all it is. Who was the heartbreaker? Everything I tell my wife to her.
No, I believe it was her.
Why? Why? No.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Chandra. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know about that one.
I think it was Chandra.
I don't know. Next. Who's the funnier one? I don't know about that one. I think that we kind of like match each other. Like, if we go clown, we go clown. But like, if it's not nothing we need to clown about, like, it's like, whatever. Like, we don't do that. This is one of the things that we did in our preview days. Who has more tattoos? I told you I'm gonna be pointing to her, because she's the adventurous one. Like, she the one talked me into getting my first one.
Oh, don't tell the people that.
She did.
Did it feel like a bad influence on you?
No, she's not. She's not, because it's like, okay, that was our back in the day. Like, we different. We a whole different people now. But back in the day, like, we had some true fun, and we got a chance. Like, we went to. She had me doing river tubing.
Oh yeah,
that was really nice. I love that. Like, she's very, like, everything that I can say that because this is the thing. And y'all know me, I said a whole lot. Like, I don't know. I never knew my limits. I never knew what I was capable of, because I was stuck in one mindset of who I used to be. And I wasn't adventurous. I never would have tried anything. But thanks to this girl right here, I can say that a lot of them, I'm like, oh yeah, I had like skydiving. I never would have, no. But that's the thing I love about you, is the fact that you have gotten me out of my comfort zone. Into being that. Because even when I first moved out on my own, like, I used to stay in the house. Like, I used to consider, as long as my bills are paid and I have a roof on my head, like, I was good. And she got me out of my car. Like, come on, let's go travel. Let's go here. And I'm just like, no, that's not. And she got me out to, like, she's a part of that brought me into who I am today. Like, y'all, I ain't even tripping.
Sometimes you need that push.
Yeah. And that's the balance that you need. Like, you need where one part, like, you're both gonna pull each other. I already know without a shadow of a doubt, like, y'all, I might be clowning like she's always a day when she is, but if she needed me to there tomorrow, I'm gonna be there for her. Yeah. Like, hands down, I'm gonna be there for her. And you have to have that type of relationship with people, especially people that you bring into your lives, that you be pour into them. We talked about that, and they'll be able to pour into you. It can't be where one person is always receiving and then the other person just taking. And I've had that in relationships. I never had that type of relationship that we have. Like, and she understands that I have the most children out of her and I. And she understands when I'm like not around, and she understands, okay, I have things I'm taking care of. I'm a mom, I'm a husband. I mean, a wife, not a husband. I'm a wife, and I have a lot of things I'm taking care of. And majority of the time, like she'll come, she'll hang out with the children, her and my god baby, and they kind of help take that of always feeling like I'm always around my children to give me some adult time too, you know. And that's what I appreciate about her more. Like she understands my situation. A lot of people don't understand. Like they may call me and hear children yelling background. I'm like, oh girl, let me call you later. Now she's like, oh, you want me to come over there? Like she pops up, and I just love it. It gives me my adult lady time that I need. So we already went over. This one you probably can't point to me. Who's most likely to be late?
Shonda. Shonda. Oh my god. Yes, definitely Shonda. Always late.
Always.
Majority of the time, always late.
Most of the time,
she's late. She's late. Yes.
I be trying. Look, and this is the thing. Like we share locations, so it's not like I can do nothing over on her. Cause she'd be like, "You still at the house, aren't you? I see your location." I'm like, I am on my way, but she gives me grace. She still stay there till I get there. I deal with it. But I am the one that's most time late. Cause her daughter, Haley's what?
Haley's
12.
Yeah, she's 12.
So she don't have to do. I have to make sure a lot of stuff is done, and that's why I say I appreciate her giving me grace because she understands I be having to get a lot of stuff done, and then to like find the appropriate attire to what I feel comfortable. Like you need to have somebody that gets y'all. Like I'm telling you, but y'all can't have her. I'm just saying that. Who you think is the meanest?
I don't think neither one of us is mean.
Thank you, because my sister did me wrong on last month. She was talking about I'm the meanest. No. I know I'm very.
Well, maybe because y'all grew up together, like in the same household, so she seems different of you.
Well, because she used to be the meanest. That's why she was the meanest at first, and then she's talking about that I'm the meanest. I don't believe it, but you know, whatever. Okay, so now I got a little bit of into I love these knees. So we've been talking about limits on this month, and we still talking about like family. We still talking about last one we talked about traditional versus non-traditional, and we'll cross that question too. So coming from I think even our upbringings are kind of somewhat similar too. So would you say that you come from more of a traditional or non-traditional background?
Traditional.
Traditional, and what would make it traditional?
The mom, dad, married in a household, growing up with both of my parents, the whole church lifestyle, being in church 24/7.
All of a sudden we do
24/7. Yeah, I will say that was the traditional family.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now that you have your own daughter and your own family,
yes,
would you say this more so on the traditional or?
So because I am single, it's just me and my child. I would say some traditional because of the ways that I grew up. I still have some of that.
Okay.
And then non-traditional. So I would say 50-50.
Okay.
With both. Okay. Yeah.
And that's fair. That's fair because I mean, I that's kind of like that upbringing and how we write. Like it's something that it's like you try to shake and you really can't shake it the way you need to shake it. So it's kind of that's the thing that's more so instilled in you, and it's kind of like hard to get away from. But we also talk about limits and how a lot of times society is one thing too, that they put limits on you to where that you can't grow past where you at. Have you experienced that, especially like childhood to now? Like, what are some of the limits that you experienced?
As far as growing up in a household, the limits has been with society. I would say, for example, like it was certain things that I couldn't do when it comes to society. So the certain clothes that I couldn't wear, the music, like I was limited to certain things. But when I went off to college, it was like, okay, well, This is no. This is a whole new environment.
Yeah.
So I was limited growing up in a household with certain things. I
Yeah.
was limited to certain standards. So when I went out on the outside world, it's like, okay, well, my parents limit me to this, so now I have to figure this out, see what this is.
Was it a struggle to
It
kind of
was.
figure out? Because that's how it was for me too. Like growing up, like I understood like what the rules my parents said. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to go to school for. No boy. My dad believed in no boy chasers. He said he ain't ready no boy chasers. No 304s. If y'all know what that is, you know what it is. And he said he ain't raised no fast tail girls. So it's like going into college and I'm like, okay, how are you supposed to do that and then be able to date? Like, what's successful even in dating? And like, I think I limited myself to that to where it's like, even dating wise, like I was like, oh, I'm dating to be married versus like just getting to know people and just, I'm like, oh no, you're not planning on marrying me like that. And that was like a cap that I put on. That's something I wish that I said that I wouldn't put necessarily, I would not put on my daughters. That limit, like I would give them the choice of figuring out who they are, right? And it literally, like we have explored I'm not gonna say the world because I only explore like a little bit of it, but at the same time, even in old traditional ways, like you get married from the house, and the only time you actually get a chance to experience anything is if it's with your spouse. And I want them to be able to figure out life before they decide to be married.
But see, with that, the society back then and the society now is completely different.
It is.
So with your daughters growing up, like, do you think you will kind of like limit them from what society? Because even if we bring them up and we tell them, oh, okay, well, this is not the way to go, you still have to fight against society with them teaching them a certain way. And that will be definitely hard because, like I say, the society now is way different from what we were back then.
It is. And I think that's what makes me, like we like, dang, our parents. I mean, I used to think my parents are overbearing. And I wrote a poem about it. I remember when I shared it with my dad. My dad was like, don't you ever say that. So he knows about it. So don't y'all think I'm just beat. And that's what makes me even now, like, and that's why I encourage even young people, like, you don't understand it now why your parents do certain things and teach certain things. Like now I understand why my dad was like, oh, he ain't raising this and that, and you need to be married. Because it is a lot that's going on. And I don't want, and because I learned the hard way, I don't want my children to learn that way. So it's just like, okay, I need you to be 1000% sure. Like it's going to be a whole lot of men in the world, but you need to make sure, like even the new day and age is to make sure that you good before you try to bring it into, with somebody else. So like, I think the olden age was like, y'all learn and grow together. But like now women are more entrepreneurs and strong and bosses and things like that. And it was like, I want to encourage them to see who they are on their own before they decide to join in with their spouses, with their husbands, and wives. Want to make sure that they're good, because I've learned also that just because that you get married into this, it doesn't mean that y'all sort of good. Because I was really deceived in getting married. Like I'm thinking Element, knight in shining armor. Like I'm thinking a certain way because that's how me and my mom, like we used to watch Element shows, and I'm thinking, okay, that's how a man's supposed to be. And that ain't even it. It ain't even it. Like it's a whole new day. I'm like, nah. And I learned that you become perfect in a marriage by what you build together. Like you're not both not going to come into the marriage perfect together. So that way, even based off my skills before I got married, it's helping the marriage even more so. And that's why I say I would encourage them to see who they are. Because if you bring in what you have and he brings in what he has, then y'all able to build that together. But if you don't have hardly nothing, y'all both gonna be really struggling to figure it out. And just to try to help them in that way, I think I said. But also understanding like us, like we were taught a certain way, and we still have to figure it out on our own too. So,
and that's where self-care comes into part. Like you say, just really getting to know yourself as a woman, as a female, like who you are. And I feel like when we do that at an early age, we don't have to go through so much because we know who we are already, versus going down the line in your late 20s, your 30s, trying to figure out who you are. If you start early, like instilling to your daughters now and your sons, like, hey, get to know yourself, take time off for yourself. If you're gonna do this, that way they can already know in that early age. So when they actually get into their adulthood, they won't be so, let me go here, let me go there, and trying to figure out who they are as a person. And that will save some of the trauma and all that in their early adulthood.
That makes a lot of sense with them, because that's even like I told you, my dad told me Dr. Lawyer Engineer. I'm a whole marriage and family therapist. Like, where that was nowhere in Dr. Lawyer Engineer. But that's because that was the limit. That was the limit he put on me. I thought I could do nothing else but that. But then once I began to figure out who I am, I like talking to people. I like helping people. And how does that help with and it actually kind of aligns with my field. But I had to get to know me first. And I think I just began to discover me now than I did before I got married.
And another thing about that, because our parents, and I feel like because of our parents, they wasn't taught that. So they don't teach us that. So it has to be a cycle to where it has to be stopped. And I feel like this generation now, a lot of adults are really getting into themselves. They are really getting into themselves. A lot of people self-care. Like a lot of people doing a lot of stuff by themselves, just taking time to themselves.
I think that's really, really important. Like, because I even said this when I had to go talk to some ladies in a women's group. I was saying that if I was to, a lot of times we as women, we look, and this is how the older, like the man is supposed to, tell me I'm beautiful. Tell me. And I'm like, if I was to wait on my husband to tell me I'm beautiful, I don't know how long I'll be waiting. Like I'd be like, and I'd be knowing within myself I probably look good, but just waiting on him to tell me that. But he doesn't think like that. So I have to know within myself. I have to know my own self-worth. It's not to belittle him, because my husband, he will let me know when I'm beautiful. But I'm not gonna wait on that. I have to know within myself and know my self-worth first before I can put that on him to tell me like, because if you just wait on that person to say, he will continue to wait. You're not gonna know your own self-worth. I have to look in the mirror and be like, oh dang, girl, you beautiful.
That's why they put mirrors in.
Exactly. My mirrors are there. Dang, girl, you beautiful. Oh wait, I need to fix this. Or like you have to know within yourself, because even for men, like waiting on a woman to be like, dang, like you cute or you handsome. I like the way you're not gonna get that. I seen I don't know if you like today's conversations, the little panel that you probably see on TikTok. They had this one where they was talking about women's intuition and how if women's intuition is to like know and perceive, like if a man is cheating on you, why can't that woman's intuition let you know when your spouse is unhappy, when your significant other is unhappy? And I was like, that's a good point. But for women and men, like I feel like women are more expressive than men. And for a man, it's like you have to like really try to read their minds, so to speak, to know like if something's bothering. So like my own intuition deal with what I see. When I see if I see you moving funny, like Jazz will tell you, I'll be like, are you okay? Like something's wrong. And he'll tell me, oh no, I'm fine. Oh no, I'm fine. Okay, but then you see something's wrong. Like I can't figure it out unless you open up your mouth and say something. And that goes into like, how do you, when it comes to men in dating, right? To be able to still yet value yourself and still yet be able to, and this is one thing I said, like you can't really expect men to value you. You have to value yourself. And this is one thing that I did not know. I knew because my dad used to say, oh, put yourself on a pedestal and let the men come to you. And I was like, okay, you know, that's really, really good. But at that time, my pedestal was, I kept lowering my pedestal a little bit more for the men because I'm like, they couldn't reach. Like, they couldn't reach the pedestal that I was on. And now I learned, I was like, you know what? If they can't reach, then they not for me. If they can't reach, if they can't climb up to where I am, then they're not for me. It's not for me to try to figure it out. Like, if you want to be with me, you're going to make all the necessary stops to get to me. I'm not gonna, that's even when trying to figure out, like, I'm not gonna try to figure out. If you want to talk to me and communicate, we can do that. Exactly. But for me to be pouring myself, and this is where the older tradition comes in, because we're taught, be keepers at home, take care of your husbands, take care of your children, and then we always leave out, well, where do the women take care of themselves? Exactly. If we're always pouring into our husbands and trying to figure out whatever's going on in their mind, and then trying to figure out our children's too. And I appreciate her even more so because I used to, being a mom, when I first became a, she was already a mom before me. And I loved her. I loved her little baby, but I also understood that I couldn't take her baby away from her. That's her baby. But I was taught, like, even being a mom, and this is why we went a distance for a good while, because I was taught that, oh, you know, your life stops when you become a mom. Like, that baby, and then my mom used to say, Mom, that baby didn't ask to be here. And I was so caught. I used to see, like, women, like, drop off their children to be with the grandmothers, and they just, like, go take off and go clubbing, or take off, and they just, and I'm just like, that would never be me. That, like, I want to make sure I'm there for my children. I want and I was so set up on that I lost me. I lost who I was. I lost who Shonda was for a good while because I was so set on being there for my children. And not to say that they don't mean me, but they don't miss it. They miss me every now and again, but they be doing their own thing. They don't really be worried about me. Even my husband, like, I was so I gotta be there for my husband. And my husband like, oh no, go find your own thing to do because I got my, I'm like, who does? It's a totally different world. Yeah. And I appreciate, like, you will still yet send invitations. Like, hey, you want to come here? Hey, let's go out. Like, oh my, I love this. Like,
because sometimes as a mom, you have to know, you have to balance it out, because if you just straight focus on your kids, we love the kids.
Yes, we do.
But you become so stressed and overwhelmed, you have to find that time to take time to yourself. It's not, it's just like, okay, well, mom, nothing else. So you
get burned out quick.
Yeah, you have to balance your life, kids, workout, self-care, whatever you're doing, you just have to balance it.
Yeah, that was hard. Even okay, so I'm going through voice therapy because after I had the baby, I got, like, my throat just really started bothering me. And, like, even now y'all catch me trying to catch my breath or trying to breathe. And I just went to a session with her last week. And this is more memorable to me because I'm just like, going to mental health, like, this thing that I should tell my clients. So she says, I know you have a busy schedule, but she was like, do you have 5 minutes where you can step away from everything and just focus on your breathing, folks? And I'm just like, ma'am, like, I'm crying I'm crying. Like, this is just voice therapy. This is not my therapist, right? This is just voice therapy. And she's trying to take, and I'm crying in there because I'm realizing that how I breathe, how, like, every time I try to do something, she was like, you're focused on, like, you're trying to control everything, and you need to just be free to be able to relax and to be focused on you. And I'm like, I'm thinking I was doing it this whole time. I'm like, we don't step out and we talking about self-care. And I'm thinking I'm in this lady office crying because I'm just like, I'm realizing that although I have relinquished something, I still have more to relinquish. I still have more to practice on to alleviate self-care. Like me, I told her, I was like, I DoorDash because it gives me that time away. And that time away, I'm praying, I'm talking to the Father, I'm praying over people's food, so you get your food and feel a little blessed, it's blessed. But that's what I do. So, like, now it's like, I try to take that time away just so that way I can take, because here, like, I have my daughters, mama this, mama, I can't find this. And I'm just like, even laying down, I can't go to when they show you videos of you going to the restroom and your child right behind you. Believe it. Because that's my youngest daughter. She is right there in that door looking at me. And I'm just like, where do I find my peace? Where do I find the ability to take self-care out for me? Because if I continue to allow that limit of, oh, I'm a mom and I have to be set, like that was a limit for me for a good while that I placed on me. I'm like, okay, I can't do nothing because my children need me. And I began to I felt like I wanted to run away. And I'm like, I see why most of the women be running away. Because I'm just like, it'd be a lot. Because they didn't teach us. Like they tell you have children, it'll be fine. I ain't found the fun part yet. You found it yet? At 12? At 12?
No.
Because I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm like, because she be at cheer camps. She be at cheerleading.
But here's one thing I can honestly say. With finding my time, when I go to the gym, that's my time. And I make sure I get my full 8 hours of sleep. I'm in the bed by 9:30 or 10. Like, my sleep is very, very important. Yeah. I make sure I'm in bed by a certain time.
Yeah. Oof. And most people like, oh, hey, y'all, no, baby, we have learned. Yes. We have learned. I'm telling you, yesterday, I was not feeling good. I was not feeling my best. And I laid in the bed the entire day yesterday because I wasn't feeling good. And as much as I wanted to get up and go, I'm just like, Shonda, you better lay down. Because if you don't lay down, your body gonna sure tell you if you don't. And my sister called me out. And I'm gonna call her out too. She called me out. And she was like, so, because I know y'all be seeing me post my little walking on the trails. And she was like, when last time you been to the track? I can't tell you, but I told her that I'm gonna be going back. I gotta get myself back together and get back out there, even going to work out. And that's why I was even working out is a thing for me. And even going to the track was my piece to be able to go. But then I found myself being even more, because it's like whenever I leave, my youngest will be like, Mom, she be crying like I just left her and went to war. Like I'm not coming back. She just be at the door. She be at the window. And I'm like, oh Lord, it tears my heart up. And I'm like, okay, Sean, I gotta figure out something else because you still matter. If you don't take care of you, I can't be that. I will not be good for my children. And a lot of times they do get on my nerve. And if y'all say that y'all children don't get on your nerves, y'all lie. Because they are built to push on that little string, to play a little string to see. Because my daughter be like, Mama, Mommy, I want cereal. Mommy, I want this. And I'm just like, go sit down. But you have to take out that time for yourself, even for work, like being always on the go. And always doing for other people, and you give. And I literally just tell my mom, it's like you give so much to that job, and they can hire somebody else if you weren't able to make it. Like you're easily replaceable. Like do not put limits on yourself. Whatever it is that you want to do that gives you that piece that you need, do it. Do it, no matter what it looks like to anybody, because everybody's not going to understand. People don't understand why I became a photographer. People are like, oh, that's a hobby. To you, but I like telling stories with my pictures. That's a me thing. That gives me peace too. Taking pictures, going for walks, going to the parks, like all that. Even we went on I told you about that. Did you? Baby, she took me to spin class out. No, but that was my first time doing it, and that's one thing she would definitely give me, that experience of trying things out for the first time. And that's for me to decide if I'm like, oh, this is good, I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to go back to that. If I'm going to cycle, I'm going to bicycle. But that was just my test to see like what I'm capable of. And I appreciate you always giving me the avenues, because I never would have known. I never would have known.
It's more on the list, so get ready.
Look, y'all see them pictures coming up. I'm like, our teacher dragged us somewhere else. Yep. But it's always a place that gives you more serenity, more place that gives you more peace, that understands who you are. And understand it. When she tell you, this is her daily practice. She's not telling you, like I'm telling you something that I don't practice. She's saying, she practices on a daily basis. Because one thing, our growing up and even in our experiences that we went through, learning that that's not what all life is about.
Exactly.
There's more to life.
It's more to life. It's so much more to life. Like most definitely. That's why I say when as my daughter grows up, I'm not gonna box her in.
Yeah.
Because I don't want her to experience what I experienced. But I still instill into her, hey, this is not right. This is wrong. But still at the same time, I want her to enjoy life. I don't want her to be like, okay, we just going to church. That's it. No. Like it's more to life out there.
Are you a parent that, because I know, girl, we couldn't ask why this, why that. Are you a parent that like explains to your children why?
Yes. I never say, oh, because I said so. No.
That was even more of a limit.
I know, like, no, you have to. I feel like nowadays you have to explain, because if you don't tell your kids why and explain to them, they're gonna go and get it from somebody else.
Yeah.
And you rather want to tell them yourself versus them finding out on their own.
And not the right way.
Yeah.
Not the right way. Yeah. I appreciate that so much. And like I told her, based on her raising up her daughter is my learning experience. So when her daughter goes through, I'm like trying to learn, because my youngest is 6, hers is 12, so they're like 6 years apart. And I'm like, I'm learning through you, because I don't know what it is to be a girl mom. I'm still learning, and I appreciate it.
It's not that bad.
Love. Look, I'm a female, and I'm like, I'm not ready for majority of the things that we got going on. So is there anything else you want to, talk about when it comes to limits or anything? Or you want to just keep it? We're just gonna keep it free. I know my friend. I know my sister. She don't.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I wasn't gonna do her like that. Okay, so one of the questions I had was, what are some limits that has been a test for you?
Ooh, a test. Really trying to figure out who I am as a person. For the last 4 or 5 years, and I'm still getting there. It's an everyday process. You learn something new every single day.
That's so true.
And every day I'm learning something new about myself, from my attitude, appearance, like everything. Learning how to be patient. Just just learning myself.
Yeah. I think that's because you're right. Every year, because we're both going to be 35. I turned 35 in December. She's turned 35 in March. And just, looking at a 35-year-old when I was 21, I'm like, dang, you old. And now you about to be. It's like, But it does bring about a difference and a change. And I can honestly say that for me, it's like, I think since walking into the 30 mark has been like a new wave of new.
Yes.
Just in how I see myself, in how I want to be, even as a mother. Like, not to be an overbearing mother, but also be a mother that be able to, like you said, explain to your child. Because they have many questions. And although it is easier to say, just don't do it, it's not as easy, because it always comes back with another question. So, and it's not to castigate even the older generation for it, because they, like you say, they did the very best they could. And a lot of times, you don't want to dive into too much, because it probably opens up a little bit more. But I think even for me, that I think if the real true deal was given to me, I don't think I would have walked into a lot of situations that I walked into.
I most definitely agree with that. Like, if you start off at an early age, instilling to your kids, teaching them certain things, like later on down in adulthood, you won't have to experience certain things.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree with that. And most people might say, "Oh, it's a little bit." It's case by case basis.
Yeah.
Right. So just based off how we are with our children, like that's how we know, and just how they're growing and learning and what they're doing now. Somebody else may say, "Oh no, that ain't true." That's you. Everybody is different. Don't come for us because we ain't simple. Okay, all right. But yeah, I think we're learning even more so being girl moms a lot, that because seeing the last cast, I was saying how I was a sneaky one.
No.
I would sneak to do things, and I'm like, and I'm praying hard, y'all. I'm like, Father, please don't let none of my children be sneaky. Like, and I, if I think about it, even the reason why I was sneaky was because I was only told no, not why. Yeah. Not get, and my mom, I love them, but they always say, I don't need to explain nothing to you. And that's just how they were. Because my granny didn't do that. My granny was like, I told you the first time, no, and that's the only thing that mattered. That's just how it was. But I definitely agree, generational thing. And this is one thing that a prophet said. She's like, we can't be generational destroyers, because it's going to be even harder for us to do it. So we need to be generational starters. So start our own generational things, what we want to happen. And that way it catches on this generation, then the next generation. Right. So we can't go back to what the older generation did and how they did what they did. Now we just have to start something new.
Yep, I like that.
For our children. I know, girl, I was like, okay, we should start up something, but it's just amazing. Even from the things we've already done, like we already starting new things, traveling wise, trying like. Your fears, you may think it's a fear, but it's really like try it out. Yeah. You only try it once, and then like, okay, you know what, that ain't for me.
But see, you have to get that fear out your mind, because if you continue to have that fear, then it's like, okay, you won't never try anything. You won't never go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like you won't take that leap of faith or do anything if you keep having that fear. Like
fear of the unknown, and we talked about that. That's the main thing that causes limitations, the fear of what it's going to look like if you like I told you, I'm not ashamed of how many colleges I've been to.
Right.
Because look, and that's the same thing I encourage my foster brother, my brother that's in Iowa. I said, this is your time to figure it out, because if you don't figure it out now, then you will continue to go like having your mind. And he already changed his major, and I'm like, whatever it's one thing for something that somebody else put on you. But when you actually see with something like, okay, you know what? This is something I want to do. Don't let nobody stop you. Right. Don't let no, like Jasmine says she wants to be a cheerleader. And I know it's because of her God sister. I ain't playing with her. But I'm like, okay, whatever you're going to do, you're going to stick with it. And I'm not going to give you out. You said you want to do it because you want to do it. Now, mind you, me trying to be a cheerleader, I seen y'all, and she is a twin, by the way. I seen your twin. Y'all were cheerleaders back in the day, and I always want to be a cheerleader, but my dad was like, not the skirts. Like he wanted to let that go. And as much as I wanted to be a dancer, I ended up going into dance, things like that. And I see now that my daughter is taking on the things that I wanted to do when I was growing up. And I'm like, shoot, girl, go for it, because I wasn't allowed to do it due to whatever that my parents thought of. But I don't want to limit them, because she can be a dancer if she would like to. The sky is literally the limit. Like they say, why would you push for the skies when there's a whole moon and something beyond that? But I'm not going to limit them. Right. Whatever they want to do. I don't know what Liz wants to do, but I'm leaving that door open for her. Yeah. Not for me to put on her. And this thing I tell, like Jasmine, like, oh, Liz, you like dinosaurs too? No. Do not put what you like on her. Let her figure it out. Yeah. Because Liz does follow Jasmine like crazy. And I'm like, you have to discover who you are. Exactly. Because if you can be following behind Jasmine, you're going to be subject to get in trouble just like Jasmine for whatever Jasmine do. And just that, I'm just saying how I'm teaching them how to discover who they are for themselves, and not based on who I want them to be or who their siblings want them to be, but who are they?
Yeah, that's what we telling
That's
Haley.
Crazy.
That's crazy. I told Haley, because Haley wants to dance, she wants to cheer, and I don't force her to do anything. But I told her, because I'm paying my money. I cost. Yes, it costs, but I don't force her to do it. And I say, hey, if this is what you want to do for a certain time, then go for it. But the thing is, if I'm paying my money, you better experience everything. You better learn as much as you can. If you in cheer, you don't want to cheer in college, at least get as much as you can. You need to learn how to tumble. You need to learn how to do something. Like you need to do something. If you want to go to college and you don't want to cheer, at least get into dance. That way you can have some type of scholarship or something.
Yeah.
But I don't want to force her into doing it. At the same time, there's money coming out my pocket. Yeah,
that's true. We can't look. We don't be wasting money. That's what I'm telling Jazz. I'm like, girl, you about no. I told Jazz she about to start working. You want me to do all this stuff. I'm like, you need to make some goals. Find your business. That's one thing I'm pushing into entrepreneurship. Cause just like I get a lot of time, I don't be want to work for nobody. So I want to teach them like if you want something, because Jasmine is a gimme. Like she think I'm supposed to pay for everything. I'm like, no, you need your own money because I ain't paying for everything. I might be your mama, but you too expensive. So I'm trying to teach them entrepreneurship, like how to like start their own businesses and teach them. Jazz is teaching them how to like count money and things like that. So that's one of the things that we're learning, just to kind of like expand their mind, to expand the things they can do. But you have to learn something. Like it's not just gonna be given. And that's one thing. Everything's not gonna be given to you. Exactly. I'm not giving. You gotta work for it. Because that's another thing in life. Like, I wish, but we ain't getting into that. But yeah,
they would be asking for certain things. Whenever I have a client, I'm braiding hair. Say, come on, come help me. You want this? You want that? That's your money right there.
There you go. There you go. Look, them. I love the Africans when they be braiding hair and they bring in their children. Like, why we can't do that? Like we be gatekeeping all the time. I appreciate that. Like we gonna help build our next generation, and we have to by being cycle starters. And by taking the limits off and by helping one another. Thank you so much for being my guest today, y'all. Give it up for my best friend. Y'all can't have her, she's mine. Different things we might invite you on, maybe. But yeah, thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate you just stepping out with me on tonight. Tell us about your experience. How was it? Okay, hopefully we'll have her on many more. But yeah, I thank you all for tuning in today. See, it's 6:57. I don't have my equipment. Like I need to have my equipment. Y'all pray that my equipment start back working because I need my stuff. But nonetheless, we still not letting nothing. The devil does not win. We still yet go step out. We're gonna continue to do what the Father has for us to do. Y'all continue to be obedient. Take the limits off. Y'all got this. All right. All right. And we're gonna end with our song going out. Ooh. Help me, Father. I told you I don't have my equipment, so bear with me, y'all. Okay. All right. We gonna go out with. Ooh. There we go. Right there. There we go. Yes. You ought to declare that over your own life. If you want it. Listen, your own life, say it. Y'all continue to step out, continue to take the limits off, and hope and pray that something big is in store for you on this week. Y'all have a blessed, safe week, and I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. in October. New topic, new month. See y'all then.